go with uh, agentic AI using this Copilot Studio. So let me just set the tone and the context first. So Copilot Studio, again, it is enterprise, edition of Microsoft. So Microsoft have different tools. They have different, products, I would say. Okay. So you people might have used this Microsoft 365 Copilot. Okay, it's like a more of a virtual assistant. Okay, so when I say virtual assistant, it is nothing but more of a platform where you can talk to. You can put a prompt and you get some response, right? But there are, a platform where you have to code. A lot of coding are being done, right? For example, Gen AI engineer, AI engineer, right? Prompt engineer. So when you go by their designations, they are doing some kind of a coding. But now, as industry is moving, as different, LLMs, different, you can say low code tools have hit the market. For example, Claude Code, right? So this is the tool where you can write a program. You just give a prompt, and the system. You can build a system in a within an hour, right? Earlier we used to have a lot of people's, strategy people. You have the people who used to write some wireframes. Some people used to do some architectural design, and then you have some developers, right? The coders, DevOps engineers. Just look at the team size. At least you must have in a team at least 4 or 5 people, right? To in a single pod to work on a the entire, you can say, the project, right? But now, as the tools are maturing, as AI tools are maturing, the low code, no code approach is the new avenue, right? The people who haven't exposed to the AI, for them, this Copilot Studio is one of the wonderful opportunity, I would say. They can upskill and still relevant in the market for next 10 to 15 years. The reason is that this low code platform is not going to go anywhere, and even AI is not going to go anywhere. Okay. So how you going to use both things? Because let's say if you are not coming from let's say a coding background, even if you are coming from very different background that you think that you cannot do this course, again, I would say you can do this course very much, and you can upskill yourself, and you can be par with the developers, AI engineers. Okay. So I'm just giving you an idea that how and why you should do this course and how it will help you, because this tool is 1.5 years old. That's all. And as time passing, it is getting matured. A lot of people are trying to, do this course and understand this course. Again, this is a low code, no code approach. And that is why this is the reason, people are adopting this tool. So my idea here is that coming from different background, you have a lot of opportunities. Okay. So now let me share my screen again. Okay. So let me show you what we are trying to achieve today. Okay. So once it my screen shows, because I just want you to show something. Okay. Hope my screen is visible. It will take maybe 30 to 40 seconds. Okay. So if you see, there is something called Copilot Studio. Okay. So the screen of this Copilot Studio will look like this. Okay. This is the interface. Okay. And this will give you an, a place where you can work. Okay. You can create an agent. Okay. First of all, we just want to create some agent. Okay. So I'm using this word called agent. Okay. So I'm writing it. What is an agent here? Okay. For you, AI agent. I'm using this term called AI agent. People who are not from AI or have basic exposure to AI, and even not from the AI, don't need to worry about. Okay. I'll explain you in a way that even a 5 years old can understand. Okay. So now, AI, when I say AI agent, so just think of an agent. For example, a raw agent. I call it a raw agent. Let's say in there is one raw agent in our some neighbor country, right? So agent is one who takes some actions. Okay. So when I say agent, so agent will take actions. Okay. So that is the word agent refers to when someone take actions. There are some people who we call them informer. You might have heard this term called informer. In a let's say in our day-to-day life, we see that there is a police informer. Someone is informing a police department that something will happen. But that informer will not take any action, even he knows that something will happen at X, Y, and Z place. Is there any way, similarly, if you compare it with the raw agent, let's say, so that person will take actions if he or she has some informations. Raw agent will take action. So similarly, this AI agent, when you say AI agent, agent will take actions. Okay. So similarly, we say AI agent. AI means nothing. AI means what? When I say AI means mimicking human intelligence. Okay. When I say something is mimicking human intelligence, we call it as a AI because AI means artificial intelligence. Okay. Some intelligence. For example, we all are human and you all have some sort of intelligence. Okay. So mimicking a human, intelligence is AI. But when you give some tools, okay, the word that I'm using is tool. So what is a tool now? Okay. Because when you say a tool, we need some extra hand. You give some extra hand to person, right? For example, if I give some extra information, some extra supply of weapons, some extra supply of some of the tools to my raw agent, he can perform much better, right? Similarly, with the AI agent, there is something called tool. If you are attaching, if you are giving some tools to your AI, or here in this case, I'm using one more term called LLM. So LLM is nothing, but it's called large language model. So whenever you say LLM, just think of, let's say, GPT 4 or 5.0 right now. Okay. Also, you can refer it to as, let's say, Chat GPT. Okay. So Chat GPT is nothing, but it's your LLM built on top of GPT 4.0, 5.0, whatever you call it, or a collection of GPTs. Okay, but it is giving us a UI in terms of we can ask some questions like a chat interface it gives. That is why we say chat GPT. Okay, but chat GPT alone cannot take actions. For example, if you are saying your chat GPT or Claude AI that can you book me ticket from Delhi to Bangalore or Bangalore to Chennai, can they book the ticket for you? Strictly no. The reason is that your chat GPT doesn't have access to some of the external tools. For example, the booking site. So whenever I say tools here, in terms of this, we refer to as a booking websites. LLM, your chat GPT doesn't have access to any of the booking websites. So they cannot book ticket for you, even if you are asking these questions. That you are asking that, can you book ticket from Bangalore to Chennai? They will give you the route. They will give you even the, fare. They can give you the distance. They can give you a lot of things, but they cannot book ticket for you. It means your LLM is unable to take actions. So is there any way that I give some tool to my LLM? Can my LLM take actions? Yes. So I'll provide booking site MCP server. This is nothing but a something called. So don't get confused about MCP. What is MCP or what is this server that I'm using? This is nothing, but this is a more of a APIs, a collection of APIs. Standardized form of APIs, a modular form of APIs. So LLM can talk to external systems through this form of API that we typically call it as a tool. So whenever I give some tool access to my LLM, it will take action. So now what we have, AI agent, we can say similar to LLM, plus we have some tool. Okay. So when you give a tool, it will take action. Okay. Tool will take actions with the help of LLM. So when it comes to Copilot, okay. So Copilot just referred to as a friend who can help you, right? Because when you fly, right, there are a lot of, you heard of, there is a Copilot. Okay. So, the things that help you on the run, on the fly. So whenever you are using this Copilot, okay, so they are like your friend who can help you every single time, right? Whenever you need to, right? So Copilot is something that takes your access your data sources and then take actions. For example, if I'm creating some financial agent, okay, and now my company has some of the data sources. And now I want to talk to that data because it's not like a 5 rows of data. Let's say you have 5 years of older financial data of your organizations. Is there any way I can create some AI systems, AI agent, so that it gives us informations from those 5 years of legacy data, financial data? Or there is a use case where you are getting some real-time data. Is there any way that I can create an AI agent so that it gives us a real-time information to me? So in that case, you can create an AI agent. Something interface looks like this, the one that is showing on your screen that you can talk to. So today, what I'll show you in the demo that how you can use this Copilot Studio and create a beautiful healthcare agent. Okay. So that, you'll have a little bit understanding of usage of this Copilot and how this Copilot will help you, because these tools are typically called as productivity tools, because these tools again will help you in productions. Okay. And this will mitigate a lot of the task. It will automate. There are a lot of use cases of this Copilot Studio. Okay. So now, so once you see this Copilot Studio, okay, so let me share my one more screen and then I'll come back to the use cases. Okay. So let me show you something. So let's come here, this google.com. Hope my screen is visible. It will take some 30 seconds, then it will be visible. Okay. So now this Copilot Studio, when I say Copilot Studio, okay. So let's search. Okay. So Copilot Studio, if you go the Microsoft, okay, Copilot Studio, just click it. Okay. So you'll have a screen like this. Okay. So here you will see something like Microsoft 365 Copilot. Okay. How it works. There is a pricing plan. Okay. And more is there. So if you open this one, there is something called try for free. Okay. So once you click it, okay. So you'll have some screen like this. Okay. And you have to put this email. Okay. So right now, to create this, this account, you need to, have some of the, the credit card. Okay. So that will give you just, it will take some informations and you can use it for a month for, this learning purposes and all that. Okay. So let's go back. Uh, Let me show you. Okay. Let's cross it. And there is something called pricing plan. Okay. So once you go this pricing plan, you'll have this Copilot, different flavors of, you can say, the Copilot. So flexible Copilots for every organization. So if you go down, okay, so you have different Copilot. For example, Microsoft 365, if you go down, okay. So $30 per month per users, if you go down, right? Pre-purchase plan is there. So a lot of paper usage is there that you can use, okay? So these things are available to create different agents, okay? And everything. So you have also this Copilot Studio, $2,000 pre pre-purchase, paper usage, and everything that you can use as per your usage and everything. So you have these details that you can use it. So I'm just sharing it in your chat. So just have a look. Okay. Now come back to our original screen and we will start working on one of the use cases. So it will help us also. So now where I was, let me go back to my screen. Just allow me some 30 seconds. So we'll go back to the screen where we were. Yes, let me go here. Yes. So now, hope my screen is visible to everyone. So now we have something called Copilot Studio. So this is the home button. Okay. So once you have credentials and everything, your screen will look like this. Okay. Your screen will look like this. And you can hit this Microsoft Copilot copilotstudio.microsoft.com, and this is nothing but some variables with your account it is associated with. So this is a environmental variables. Okay, so whenever it is configured, it's easy. Okay, and you'll have a screen URL like this. Okay, now if you go here, there is something called home, agents, flows, tools, and there is this button. Okay. So a lot of things are there. So we'll go one by one first. So there is something called agent. So once you click this agent, you'll have a screen like this. Okay. So let's explore this one. So in this Copilot Studio, we have some of the agents. Okay. For example, there is something called sales agent. Okay. So let's click it. Okay. So let's first go down and then we will click it. So some of the agents which are already there. So this is called managed agent. This is already created. This is in preview. Document processor is in preview. Finance Microsoft 365 is this Copilot. Okay. So for example, if you're working on one of the use cases related to finance, you can use this Microsoft, this Finance 365 Copilot. Let's say there is a one use cases in finance where you just want to analyze this variance analysis. Okay. So people from the finance background can understand much better because of this, the domain knowledge, right? Let's again scroll down. We have something called website question and answering, right? So is there anywhere, for example, you're working for a websites and they want they are saying you can you integrate this Copilot, so that I can chat with the few services, the free products that I have within my websites. So this is the one template that you can use. There is something called safe travels. For example, if you want to related to some of the information related to health and safety guidelines or something that you can use it for this template. Also, we have something called financial insights. So it will help us professionals to quick and concise info about the organization's financial documents. For example, your organizations are a lot of financial documents, and you just want to create a bot, create a copilot, right? So that it can talk to your financial documents. Is there any way out? Yes. That you can use these templates and you can use it. There are different use cases. For example, in IT, the help desk, you just want to automate it. The process you want to automate it. Is there any way? Yes. Copilot is one of the solutions. You can automate this workflows, right? Let's say you have some weather agent that you want to build, right? Possibly, right? So that can help. All are nothing but all are agents. So if you see this one, all are agent. But how they are using? Again, there is something called LLM, and they have some inbuilt tool, right? So that tool is helping LLM to take actions. But if you see this one, this IT help desk, again in within that, there is some tool integrated to it. So there are two things inside this IT help desk. One is LLM, other one is tool. So tool will help connect to the data sources because IT help desk cannot work without the information at the back end. Because how help desk typically works, they have some of the information, they must have some of the informations, right? Based on that detection actions, they give you some response, right? So this is how this agent cooked up agent, some template that you can use within this Microsoft Copilot environment. Okay. So now let's go up and we'll see some of the few things okay, in this process of creating some agents. Okay, so now let me go here. There is something called create a blank agent. Okay, so you'll give the name of this agent as a blank agent. So let's say I'm saying health care agent times. Okay, now you say there is some a lot of agent settings are there. Okay, so you how you want your agent to give a response, right? So maybe let's say we all are in India. Let's say someone wants to have this agent in some other languages. So we have this language support. So you can select as per your the market, as per your client market, right? So we have a lot of languages. Possibly we have the language which are all are covered, right? Almost. Okay. So now we just want in English. Okay. Now there is something called solutions. Okay. So solutions we want. There are some by default things. Okay. So let it be the common data services default solutions. Just select it. Okay. The schema. So whenever you create an AI agent, so Microsoft Copilot gives you this schema by default. So here for my healthcare agent, the schema is CR47E, and then we have some hyphen, and we have underscore, and we have some healthcare agent, right? So I'll hit this create, okay? So once you hit this create, it takes some time. Okay, so it's getting ready and it takes some time. Okay, so let's wait for some time and let's see what is doing it for us. So on the just look at this screen, what they are doing. So in the left and the right, something is happening, right? So it is setting up. So it takes some 30-40 seconds. Let's wait for some seconds and it will be ready for us. Okay. So if you see in this screen, we have something called overview, we have something called knowledge, we have something called tools, and there are something called +6, what we will see it. Okay. So now, if you scroll down a bit, so this screen left side, this dashboard is for configuring the Copilot Studio. So we'll try to configure it. We'll try to put some data as per our business use cases, right? And in the right side, we'll test it. It's like a playground. So we'll check whether my AI agent is working as per the data I need or as per the tool that I have added to the LLM, right? So whether it is working for us or not. So on the right side, we'll test it. It's like a playground. You just try to experiment it. We have created one agent and we are trying to check the quality of the responses or whether things are working or not, right? So again, you see, now it took some time, okay? Now you see it is saying it's ready. Agent status, you'll see there is something called ready, okay? But still there is something called descriptions which we haven't provided. So there is something called edit button, okay? So let's say I'm saying this is an health care AI agent will help to give response related to health and wellness. That's so this is what we are referring to. Okay, we are giving some descriptions to our healthcare agent. Okay, and you see there are some processing requests, so they will process it because I have edited my agent and there is some warning. So this is in the review, okay? We'll see all these things once we put it into productions because whenever you create an AI agent, you have to evaluate, okay? So evaluation part, I haven't done that. That is why it gives you some warning. So right now, as we are not interested in evaluating this severity level and everything, we are just interested in to create one Microsoft this Copilot Studio agent, right? So you'll just cross it. Okay? Now go down. So once you go down, there is something called select your agents model, because as I already explained you, without LLM, you cannot create any agent. You need to have access to any of the LLM. LLM is nothing but it's like a large language model. Either we can connect it through Chat GPT, that is Azure OpenAI, okay, or Claude, okay. So the one that you are saying, seeing on the screen is a Claude Sonnet 4.6. Okay. So this is from Anthropic Claude, Claude.ai that you use. And you see a lot of models on the screen in the middle. GPT-5, GPT-5o, GPT-5 reasonings, GPT 5.3 chat, right? So these are from OpenAI models. You see, these are from the OpenAI models. If you go down, we have some of the models from Anthropic. Okay. So what I have access to as a LLM, the agentic model that we have access to is from Azure, you can say the OpenAI and Anthropic. Okay. So now let it be the Sonnet 4.6, Claude Sonnet 4.6 for LLM. LLM is nothing but it is used for reasoning purposes. If you see, the model is for reasoning and responding. So it will reason and give you a response back. The usage of LLM is to get human-like response. Okay, so if you are able to get a human-like response in any of the bot, it means there is some LLM integrated in it. Otherwise, you won't get any human-like response, right? So that is why we are dependent on this, this Sonnet 4.6 or any of the LLM for the reasoning and response. Okay. Now there is something called instructions. We'll edit it. So we'll say this is something called tones and rules. Is there any rules that you want to assign it right now? Right. So right now we are not assigning any rules or any. Okay. So we'll say you act as a health healthcare AI assistant and give response based on knowledge knowledge source for grounding response. So when I say something called grounding response, let me save it. Okay. So when I say grounding response, it means it will have access to some knowledge. So this is a knowledge. For example, if I give a book to you, okay, and then I tell you to sit in an exam, and whenever you get a questions or anything, just refer to that book. So what will be your, the result outcome? It will be much better, right? You'll get better, score, right? So the same thing happens with this AI agent. If you are giving access to the knowledge, the responses it will give will be much better than the something which you are not giving to access to. Okay, that is called a RAG applications. Okay, so once you go down, there is something called add knowledge. So I'll preset this one. And there is something called OneDrive, SharePoint. A lot of knowledge sources is there. So here people who are from, different organizations, they have a lot of data in different file format and different sources. Okay. Different places altogether scattered. Is there any solutions where I can collect all the sources of data and create some sort of, intelligent agent so that it can help every single department of my organization? Even if not, whether it can, automate the process that I typically do each and every day, right? So if you see the sources of data here, a lot of sources of data is available. You have a public websites. I can give knowledge to my this AI agent, healthcare agent. So it will fetch informations from different websites. I can put URL, right? SharePoint. Do I have any data in SharePoint? I can give access to my, agent. Azure AI search is again Azure platform. If you have some data in Azure, right, that you can give connections to like a knowledge base. You have a Dataverse, Salesforce. Let's say you people are working in one of, the services CRM where you have a data in Salesforce. Now I want that data to be, added to my AI agent. I'm working in Copilot Studio. Is there any way out? Yes, we have a connector, right? ServiceNow is there, Azure SQL is there. Also, if you see, there is something called few suggestions. If I click it, just see whether what sort of suggestions it is giving us for knowledge source. Okay. So it is giving me this as a knowledge source. Okay. So I'm just adding it because it's in somewhere in my, you can say in my laptop. Okay. This is I'm updating, I'm adding from my laptop. This patient.txt. Okay, this is a kind of data that I'm trying to put in. Okay, so file upload is in progress. You can safely navigate away while you are uploading this. Okay, added. So we just can maybe cross it here. Let's see what it is doing. Okay, so this is in progress. So it will take some time. So what I have done, I have added a knowledge. This is plain.txt. Okay. So in this plain.txt, what is that inside this? Let me show you here. Okay. So allow me some time. Just give me 30 seconds and I'm showing you what is inside this text. Okay. Just 30 seconds. We have something called, okay, and text informations. And let me share my screen. Okay. So if I share my screen, so this is, it will take some 30 seconds and then it will be visible to you. The data that I have given as a knowledge to my agent. So if you see, this is the text data. Okay. So this is a patient informations. Everything is there. Okay. So I have just put in like this for a knowledge. If you go here, go down, there are a lot of information, patient record too. So patient information is there. Okay, something patient 3 and their records are there. Everything, their medical history, you can say, I have captured and given as a knowledge to my agent. So this is the data that I have given to my agent, and it will act as a grounding response. When I say grounding response, it means it will give us responses related to this patient.txt file. It will refer to this. Okay, without this reference, we will not get information. Okay, so let's say this patient information is, let's say PT this one. Let's copy it and cross it. Okay. Again, let me share my screen again. So I'll go back to the Copilot Studio. Okay. So once you see this Copilot Studio, okay. So now still this data, it will take another 30 seconds. Now I think it is visible to you people. So now if you see this one, so what we have, this is still in progress. It will take another, maybe a minute. So we'll wait. Now you see, now it's ready. Okay. Now you go down. There is something called wave search. So we do not need a wave search. Let me go up first, then it will be clear for you. This is the agent that I have created. I have given descriptions to agent. Then I have selected one LLM because I agent. Then if you go down, alone instruction cannot help me because I want some grounding response. I want to talk to some data. So I have given knowledge, whatever I had, patient.txt. I have captured it and I given as a knowledge to my LLM, knowledge to my agent. Okay. There is something called wave search. Wave search is something that Copilot has already configured. So whenever you see wave search, it is again a tool. Okay. Knowledge is a tool and wave search is a tool. Wave search will give you informations from internet. Right now, I do not want my agent to give a response from internet because we do not know that the informations coming from internet will make some sense for us or not, right? So that is why I'm making it disabled. There is something called tool. So once you click it, something called tool, we have access to different services. So let's say my one of the data is an Outlook. I want to connect to the Teams. Okay, so there are a lot of tools available. Just see, right? Now, one by one, there is something called, this one is the popular tools. Now you see there is something called connectors. For example, my data is somewhere in Excel, SharePoint. Can I give, access to my agent? Yes. So these are the tools available, connectors in the form of connectors. But again, it is a tool. So let's go down, deep down, just scroll down and just see how many tools are. Just imagine it. A lot of tools and connectors are available. That makes your Copilot Studio one of the diverse platform to create AI agent that can solve your any of the business use cases. Just see, a lot of tools are available. I'm just scrolling down. You name it and you'll have it. Every single connectors. So that will enrich the AI agent because when you give access to the tool, to the LLM, and that creates an agent, it gives you a kind of a grounding response. It brings trust to the applications because once you create these applications and you deploy it, there will be a lot of trust to the client because client want responses come from their data sources. So we'll have all sort of connectors. Okay, scroll down and we'll have a lot of connectors. Okay, so now just cross it. Okay, we don't need to add anything as a tool right now. We have something called triggers. Okay, so once you click a triggers means whether you want it to, let's say you want to schedule it. Okay, so that can help you. Triggering means kind of some action, some sort of actions. Okay, some email you want to do, right? So these things will help you when it comes to this triggering. Okay, where you want to trigger it. Okay, now if you go down, we have something called agents also. Connect your agent with another agent. Let's say you have created one agent and you want your agent to talk to. Let's say I have created multiple agents. Okay, so yeah, it is a live training. Yeah. So, I mean, again, this agent, let's say there is something called plus. Okay. So let's say I have created one more agent. Can I connect to? Yes, you can connect. So there is something called new child agent. I can create two more agents and I'll let all agents talk to each other. Is it possible? Yes. Is it possible? So these things are available, and that makes Copilot Studio one of the finest platform, in this AI automation, I would say, or you can say in agentic AI, in this era, right? And you have something called topics. You want your applications or, AI agent to talk in some manner. So, for example, if you start, it say hello, it start with some greetings, okay, some suggested prompt. It will also give you some sort of suggested prompt that why not give you use this prompt for your AI agent. So suggestions would also come from this sort of agents. Okay, so let me go up what we were doing. Okay, so we have access to, we have added knowledge to. Okay, now we have everything. Okay, now is there any way that I can talk to this agent? Okay, now I'm writing, can you give me information about this person? I've copied some, right? Yeah, let's see whether it is giving us a response or not. Okay, so on the left side, if you see something happening in the left side. Okay, so you see what it is doing right now. First of all, knowledge search source, and this is a search sources, and they have completed the search. What they have done first, understand this one, then I'll show you the output. So patient query information that I was looking for, this PT 1007, and from where they have extracted, this is the reference material, the one that I have uploaded. They have given this information, patient.txt, and it is saying if you are building a Microsoft Copilot, it is the best use of fictional patient record rather than a real patient. Below are the 10 synthetic healthcare records that you can safely use as a, so the one that is giving us a response, something like this. Okay, also it is showing you rationale. What is rationale is, just look at this one. Now it is not giving you. Rest knowledge is nothing but it's more of a references or something. Right now we are not. It also gives us a edit knowledge. Can I edit the knowledge? Because now I'm not contented with the information that I have given to my. Is there any way that I can add more informations and I can enrich my knowledge source? Yes. So from here we can edit it. So now just cross it. Okay. So what this agent has done, because I have asked one questions, okay, just go up. I have asked question, can you give me information about this patient ID? Okay. Now it is giving me the response. Just see. Here is the information available for patient ID. It is also giving me this record, this person's name, James Anderson's, age is 67, male. Medical history it is giving me. Okay. Also, it is giving me the current symptoms of this person, cases that he or she is going through, and also giving us a doctor's advice. And if you see this one, because of this fictional patient record is there, so it is giving you some sort of advice or something, right? Also, from where it is giving me the response. So it is a reference. From here it is giving me. So the data, the knowledge that I have given to the AI agent, from there this response is come, right? So that is why it is trustworthy, responsible AI, because my responses has some of the responses. That is why client will have a lot of trust in it, because my agent is giving a response not from anywhere, but the sources that client has given you, that we call it as a grounding response. So this is one of the case of grounding response. So what we have achieved in this demo, we have created an healthcare agent, and we have seen the flow of, if we have some of the data sources, then how we can create one agent and we can execute it. So data sources could be from different sources. We can connect it the different tools. We can deploy this Copilot Studio. You can integrate it in different platforms. So this is what we have achieved. Okay. And now let me just allow me two more minutes. Now, where we can, when it comes to Copilot, right? For whom, who all can do this course, and for whom this is apt for. So when it comes to, this Copilot, okay. So this Copilot Studio is, this is one of the growing tool, I would say. The demand is increasing, and the people who want to switch, let's say if they are in the different domain and they see that the AI is a place and that is taking their jobs, right? So this Copilot Studio, if you invest 1.5 months, you can easily start, floating your resume as a co-pilot consultant or AI consultant, right? Or co-pilot architect, right? So this will help you if you have some of the experience, and even if you are not coming from the AI background, this course will help you upskill and reskill, and you can position yourself and you can reinvent yourself, okay? And you can be relevant in the industry for 10 to 15 years. The reason is that everything is shifting in the automation mode, AI automation mode, and coding is taking a backstage. The reason is that we have a different, like a cloud code and different, these agents has come in the market. Coding people are generating through that one. But at a strategic level, if you are senior enough, or even if you have 10 to 15 years of experience, maybe 20 years of experience, this Copilot Studio will help you a lot, to survive in the market, and it's a bright future. Okay, this is what I'm trying to explain. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, its floor is open. I'm here. You can ask. Okay, or even you can put it in a chat. Okay, I'll read it. Anyone has any questions? You can unmute and ask. Okay, if okay, yeah, thanks. So, okay, so you can okay, good, thank you. No issues. I think better would be, you can connect with GenAI ML tech team. Okay, so also we'll look forward for this Copilot Studio, and we're starting the batch soon. Okay, and it's a 1.5 months okay course, and then you will be good to go and you can create your profile and everything. Okay. So yeah. So thank you everyone. Thank you Gen ML Tech team to giving me this opportunity. So yeah, thank you so much.